All right, so the circumcenter, so what I want to do is I want to draw a triangle that's in the middle of the page and about medium size. So before you start drawing, just look at my triangle. Try to make it about the same size relative to where it is on the paper. And, you know, just it doesn't have to be exactly like mine, but it's got to be close, all right? You should be writing with a pencil because it'll help you with how you draw it. So I'm going to label this as A, B, and C. And then one last label. Remember that these are vertices or vertex. So each corner of a triangle is the vertex, and so we're going to label that. Now, I'm going to grade for this stuff. When I go, I'm going to collect these, and I'm going to look, and if you don't have vertex labeled and you don't have ABC labeled, then that's going to, you know, you're not going to get full credit. So make sure, just write it down. Okay. Now to find the perpendicular bisector, we need only a compass and a straight edge. Now one student asked me before we started recording, how do I set up the compass? Well, ideally, in a perfect world, you want this pencil lead to get pretty close to the metal pointer, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? Doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it's halfway close. Now, in order to find the perpendicular bisector, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pointer edge of this compass and put it in this corner, and I want to make sure, and I'm going to push down, and when you push down, it's going to dig a little hole in the paper, but that's okay. I want it to do that. And I want to make sure that it is way past the halfway mark of AB. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a perpendicular bisector that bisects the line segment AB at a 90-degree angle. That's what we're going to do. Okay? So I want to, it doesn't, you don't have to measure it, you don't have to do it. It just has to be beyond the halfway point of AB. So now what you can do, and you want to do this real lightly, is you're just going to draw an arc this way, and you can barely see it, and Mr. Adams is drawing it light on purpose. Draw it real light like that, okay? You just put the pointer thing right here, and when you place it on there, you're going to put it right on the edge, right on the corner of that thing, and you're going to draw an arc like that. Now don't adjust your compass. Don't change the size or anything. See how this lines up and it's still the same? Without changing a thing, I'm going to take the pointer part and I'm going to place it right here on B. And I'm going to push, don't push down too hard. I just broke the compass. So don't push down because you'll break the metal pointer thing. But just kind of, you could kind of like dig a hole with it. And then I'm going to lightly, you just drag and you make another arc like this. Okay? So see how I've got two arcs? Yeah, they're right here. You don't have to make a full circle, you just have to have two semicircles that intersect with each other. Yes? Vertex. All of them say vertex. Okay? So now, what we're going to do is you're just going to take this compass and you're going to draw one arc this way. Then you're going to put it at point B and you're going to do the exact same thing. Well, let me draw it this way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to draw that arc like so. Okay? And you'll get 2 points that are intersecting. And you're going to draw in pencil, you're just going to do it real light. The key to drawing with the compass is when you put the pointer down, and Mr. Adams has had a gazillion hours of practice, but when you if you first of all kind of dig a hole in the paper with the pointer, watch what I do. See how I'm barely touching? You barely put any pressure on the compass, and you just drag that pencil across the paper. That's it. That's all you do. Okay? Well, anyways, how many does everybody have their two arcs like this? It can never be too far. You just got to sweep it around to the two intersect. It has to be on AB though. Okay. It doesn't matter if it goes where it goes. You just got to make sure that they both intersect. So just keep drawing it around till they both intersect. Now, it doesn't matter where they intersect. You're going to take and put your ruler where the two intersect. So you can't see it. See this? I'm going to put a little dot right here. That's an intersection, and I'm going to put a little dot right there. So that's where those two arcs intersect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ruler on those two lines, and I'm going to draw a very light line inside the triangle. Very light. And that is a perpendicular bisector. Okay? And it's a very light line because we're going to erase some of this stuff. So now, if you have an eraser on your pencil, you can go back and erase some of this extra stuff so it doesn't confuse you. I like to leave the little arcs. Hello, this is Mr. Adams. I'm doing well. Mm-hmm. No, it's exempt. If you look at it, it's purple and it says exempt. Yeah, I just put a 0 in there because they need to take it, but it doesn't affect her grade. Okay. The pretest? Oh, I just haven't updated it. When did she take it? Oh, okay. I just got to update it today, 4th hour. I'll update it in 4th hour. Okay. Hey, you know what, though? I didn't see that other student's test, our buddy. Okay. I didn't see it online. I checked, though, so. Okay. All right. Bye. All right, so see this line? That is a perpendicular bisector. This crosses at the middle of AB. In other words, this line is congruent to this one. Okay? Now we're going to repeat this process for AC. So what we're going to do is we're going to take my compass and I'm going to put it on the corner of A. And I got to make sure that it goes out past the halfway mark. Now where this goes, it doesn't matter as long as it goes out past the halfway mark. And again, I'm going to draw a real light semicircle. And then I'm going to go over to C. And where those two lines converge, I just kind of rotate this around like this. And it kind of digs a little hole in the paper, and that holds the compass in place. And then I'm going to cross these. Now, it doesn't matter where the circle ends up. What I have is I have a point right here where the two arcs intersect, and I have a point right here where the two arcs intersect. Okay? So you're going to draw these two semicircles where this is an arc and this is an arc, and they intersect. Now, if I draw a line between those two, I'm only going to draw it from here to here. The rest of it's real light, but I really only need to draw from here to here. Because remember, we're looking for where this is going to converge. Okay? So now I can erase this. I can erase this a little bit. And I can erase this a little bit because I just don't want a lot of drawings on the paper. And then I'm going to put my little 90-degree angle thing here. Now, if you drew a different size triangle, yours might look a little different if your angles are a little different than mine. But those two lines should cross somewhere. And depending on the triangle you draw, they might even cross outside of the triangle. But we're just looking for where those two cross. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to put it on this line, I'm going to darken this, and then I'm going to darken this. Now, when I do the perpendicular bisector for BC, it should cross where those two lines meet. Okay? It should cross where those two lines meet. So again, I'm going to take my protractor to do the perpendicular bisector. I'll wait till you're done talking because I don't want to be rude. So I want to make sure that I'm halfway past the halfway mark, or past it. I said that wrong, but I think you know what I meant. I'm going to make two more arcs real light. From the point C, I'm going to make an arc that goes this way. Then I'm going to take my pointer and put it on point B, and I'm going to make an arc that goes this way. And then I have an intersection right here. And it just is a coinkydink, but my intersection actually crosses right through there. I didn't mean for it to do that. That's just where it did it. So I'm going to put my ruler between those 2 points. And I'm going to draw a dark line. This point right here where they converge, that is the circumcenter. Okay, so what I've done is I've drawn 3 perpendicular bisectors, and those 3 perpendicular bisectors converge on one point. The thing about a perpendicular bisector is that it divides this into 2 congruent parts. So these 2 sides are congruent. These 2 sides are congruent. And these 2 segments are congruent. Okay? So make sure you label those segments as congruent. Now the final test to see if your circumcenter is an actual circumcenter, it should draw a circle that goes through the 3 vertices of the triangle. This should be the center of the triangle such that it's equidistant from the vertices. In other words, if I take my compass and I put it at the circumcenter and I put it at A, see how I'm going from the circumcenter to A? I should be able to draw a circle that goes through A, B, and C. If I've done everything right, that's what I should get. And that is exactly what I got. Does that make sense?